The basement door that opened by itself. True home horror story. Part 1. If your house ever changes, leave. Don't question it. Don't investigate it. And whatever you do, don't go looking for the missing room, because that's exactly how I lost my home. And almost my life. I moved into the house in late October. It wasn't old. It wasn't abandoned. It looked completely normal. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, no basement. That detail is important because I checked the blueprints myself. The house had never been built with one. For the first 6 nights, nothing happened. Then, night 7, I woke up at exactly 3:17 a.m., not because of a noise, because of silence. Complete silence. No refrigerator, no heater, no wind, nothing. It felt as if the entire world had stopped breathing. Then, a loud wooden creak echoed from downstairs. I grabbed my phone. No signal. The Wi-Fi had disappeared. I opened my bedroom door. The hallway was empty. Every light was still on. As I walked toward the kitchen, I noticed something impossible. The floorboards looked different, darker, older, as if they had been there for 100 years. Then I saw it. A square wooden door, built into the kitchen floor. Rusted iron handle, heavy steel hinges. It looked ancient. I froze. That door had never been there. I had stood in that exact spot hundreds of times. There was only hardwood flooring. Now, there was a basement door. I slowly walked closer. The wood looked wet, not with water, with something darker. My hand stopped inches from the handle. Then, someone knocked 3 times from underneath. Knock, knock, knock. I jumped backward. The knocking stopped. Then, a man's voice, very quiet, almost impossible to hear. "Please, don't open it." I stood there, unable to breathe. Before I could move, another voice answered. This one sounded exactly like mine. "No, open it." I ran, locked myself inside my bedroom. I didn't sleep. At sunrise, everything was normal. The basement door was gone. I searched every inch of the kitchen. Nothing. No hinges, no scratches, no sign a door had ever existed. I almost convinced myself it had been a nightmare until I checked the security camera. At exactly 3:17 a.m., the kitchen floor opened by itself. Not the door, the floor, as if the house itself had grown a mouth. Then, something climbed halfway out. It had human hands, human shoulders, human clothes. But before its face became visible, the recording ended, corrupted. Exactly 7 seconds. The same 7 seconds. Every camera in the house failed. That afternoon, I visited the city archives. I wanted to know who had lived there before me. The clerk searched the address, then frowned. That's strange. What? This house doesn't exist before 2019. I laughed. It was built in the 1980s. He slowly turned the monitor toward me. The official city records showed an empty field. No construction permit, no utility records, no previous owners. According to every government document, the land had always been empty. Then who had sold me the house? Part 2. I left the archives convinced someone had made a mistake. That night, I didn't sleep. I waited. 3 security cameras, 2 flashlights, 1 loaded handgun, 3:16 a.m., nothing, 3:17. The lights flickered once, then silence. The kitchen floor split open. The basement door slowly rose from the wood. This time, I didn't run. I pointed the camera directly at it. 3 knocks. Knock, knock, knock. The same quiet voice whispered, "Don't let him out." Then another voice. My voice. He already opened it. My blood froze. I hadn't touched the handle. Slowly, the basement door opened by itself. Only darkness, no stairs, just blackness. Then, footsteps. Someone was climbing. One step, another, another. I aimed my flashlight. Nothing, only empty darkness. The footsteps continued. Closer, closer, then stopped. Something stood just below the edge, waiting. I couldn't see it, but I knew it was looking directly at me. Suddenly, my phone rang. The caller ID showed my own phone number. I answered, heavy breathing. Then, my own voice whispered, "Don't turn around." I turned anyway. Someone was standing behind me. Same height, same clothes, same face. Me. He smiled, then vanished. When I looked back, the basement door had disappeared. The kitchen floor was normal again, but my camera had kept recording. The footage showed me talking to someone invisible, for almost 9 minutes. Part 3. The next morning, I packed my belongings. I wasn't staying another night. As I carried the last box outside, my elderly neighbor walked over. "You finally found the basement?" I stared at him. "What basement?" His smile disappeared. "You mean it hasn't asked you yet?" He invited me inside. Without saying another word, he opened an old wooden chest. Inside were newspaper clippings. Every headline was about my house. 1986. Family of 4 missing. 1997. Police search abandoned property. 2008. Resident disappears without explanation. 2021. Home listed for sale. Different addresses, different owners, same photographs, the same house. The neighbor looked terrified. The address changes, the people change, but the house always comes back. He handed me one final photograph, taken in 1986. A police officer stood outside the house. Behind him, looking through the kitchen window, was me. Not someone who looked like me. Me. Same face, same jacket, same age. The photograph had been taken 39 years before I was born. That night, I decided to burn the house down. I poured gasoline through every room, lit the match. Nothing happened. The fire died instantly. Every light in the house turned on at exactly 3:17 a.m. The basement door opened one last time. Part 4. This time, I looked inside. There were stairs, real stairs. I walked down. Each step felt colder than the last. At the bottom, I found a living room. My living room. Exactly the same. Same couch, same television, same family photos. Except the photographs showed people I had never met. Then I heard footsteps upstairs. Someone had entered the house. I ran back toward the stairs. The basement door was closed. I pushed. It wouldn't move. Then I heard a voice above me. My voice. "I'll take it from here." I looked through a crack beneath the door. Someone who looked exactly like me opened the front door, smiled at the police officers outside, signed papers, shook hands with the realtor, lived my life. I screamed until my throat bled. Nobody heard me. Days passed, or maybe years. Time didn't feel real anymore. One day, the basement door finally opened again. I climbed out. The house was empty, covered in dust. My phone had no signal. My wallet contained someone else's name. My driver's license showed another face. No one recognized me. Not my friends, not my family, not even my mother. The house had done exactly what the whisper warned me about. It didn't trap people. It replaced them. The real owner always stayed below. The copy lived above. The house is still standing. It has been sold 8 times in the last 12 years. Every new owner says the same thing. There isn't a basement. And every 7th night, at exactly 3:17 a.m., someone knocks. from underneath the kitchen floor.